Positive rational numbers are the numbers we use all the time: whole numbers, decimals, and fractions. Today we are building fluency with three big skills. First, adding, subtracting, and multiplying decimals. Second, dividing whole numbers and decimals. Third, multiplying fractions and mixed numbers. Once these feel automatic, word problems get a lot easier. Let's start with decimals. Kim and Martin swam 50 meters. Kim's time was 50 and 9/10 seconds. Martin took 26 hundredths of a second longer than Kim. Longer than means we add. What was Martin's time in the race? To add decimals, line up the decimal points. Write Kim's time as 50.9. Annex a 0 so both numbers have hundredths. 50.90. Now add 26 hundredths. Add the same place values, right to left. 0 hundredths plus 6 hundredths is 6 hundredths. 9/10 plus 2/10 is 11/10. Write 1/10 and regroup 1 into the ones place. 0 plus 0 plus the 1 we carried is 1. 5/10 stay 5. Martin's time is 51 and 16 hundredths seconds. Does that make sense? A little more than 51 seconds? Yes. Before we subtract decimals, remember why regrouping works. 567 minus 95. We can take 5 ones from 7 ones, but we cannot take 9 tens from 6 tens. So we regroup 100 as 10 tens. Now we have 4 hundreds, 16 tens, and 7 ones. 16 tens minus 9 tens is 7 tens. 4 hundreds stay 4. The difference is 472. The value never changed. We just packed the same number a different way. Hayden ran a race in 20 and 7/10 seconds. Riley finished 258 thousandths of a second before Hayden. Before means subtract. How long did it take Riley to run the race? Line up the decimal points. Hayden's time is 20.7. Riley's difference has thousandths, so annex 2 zeros. 20.700. Now subtract 258 thousandths. We cannot take 8 thousandths from 0, so we regroup. The 7/10 become 6/10, the hundredths become 9, and the thousandths become 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. 9 minus 5 is 4. 6/10 minus 2/10 is 4/10. 20 minus 0 is 20. Riley's time is 20 and 442 thousandths seconds. Now multiply. This antique map is 3 and 25 hundredths feet long and 2 and 5/10 feet wide. Area equals length times width. First ignore the decimal points and multiply like whole numbers. 325 times 25. 5 times 325 is 1,625. 20 times 325 is 6,500. Add them. 8,125. Now place the decimal. 3 and 25 hundredths has 2 decimal places. 2 and 5/10 has 1. 2 plus 1 is 3 decimal places. The area is 8 and 125 thousandths square feet. Try this one. 43 hundredths times 2/10. 43 times 2 is 86. 2 decimal places plus 1 decimal place is 3. We need 3 digits after the decimal, so annex a 0, 0.086. Annex zeros if you need them, so the product has the right number of decimal places. Here's the cheat sheet for decimals. To add or subtract, line up place values. Annex zeros if you need them, then add or subtract. Regroup as needed. To multiply, multiply as whole numbers, then count the total decimal places in the factors, and put that many places in the product. A bakery makes 863 packages of tortillas. A complete order is 18 packages. How many restaurants can receive a complete order? Complete means we want whole orders, so a remainder stays left over. Watch the long division. 18 goes into 86 4 times, because 4 times 18 is 72. 86 minus 72 is 14. Bring down the 3, 143. 18 goes into 143 7 times. 7 times 18 is 126. 143 minus 126 is 17. 47 remainder 17. So 47 complete orders and 17 packages left over. Try another. Workers pack 2,610 smartphones. Each box holds 9 phones. 2,610 divided by 9 is 290. They fill 290 boxes with none left over. Sometimes the quotient is a decimal. Find 180 divided by 8. As a fraction, 180 over 8. Divide both by 2, 90 over 4. Divide both by 2 again, 45 over 2, which is 22 and 5/10. In long division, 8 goes into 18 2 times. Bring down the 0. 8 goes into 22 times, with 4 left. Add a decimal and a 0. 8 goes into 45 times. 180 divided by 8 is 22.5. Now divide a decimal by a whole number, $809.40, divided by 12. Keep the decimal point lined up in the quotient. 12 goes in, and we get 67 and 45 hundredths. What if the divisor is a decimal too? $4.20 divided by $1.40. Scale both numbers to make them whole. Multiply both by 100. 420 divided by 140, which is 3. 3 groups of $1.40 make $4.20. Key idea for dividing by a decimal. Rewrite the problem so you are dividing by a whole number. Multiply the divisor and the dividend by the same power of 10. Then divide as usual. There was 1/4 of a pan of lasagna left. Tom ate 1/3 of this amount. What fraction of a whole pan did Tom eat? The word of means multiply. So this is 1/3 times 1/4. Multiply the numerators. 1 times 1 is 1. Multiply the denominators. 3 times 4 is 12. Tom ate 1/12 of a whole pan. Here's why that works. Split the pan into 4 columns for fourths and shade 1/4. Split into 3 rows for thirds and shade 1/3. The overlap is 1 piece out of 12. Taking 1/3 of 1/4 really is 1/12. To multiply mixed numbers, first convert them to improper fractions. 7 and 1/2. Multiply 2 times 7, then add 1, 15 halves. 2 and 3/4. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11/4. Now multiply. 15 times 11 is 165. 2 times 4 is 8. 165 eighths. That's 20 and 5/8. 2 more quick ones. 2/5 times 3/4 is 6/20, which simplifies to 3/10. And 3 and 1/3 times 1 and 1/2. Rename as 10/3 times 3/2. The 3's cancel. 10 halves is 5. Here's what to remember. Decimals. Line up place values to add or subtract. To multiply, count decimal places. To divide by a decimal, scale both numbers until the divisor is whole. Fractions. Of means multiply. Multiply numerators. Multiply denominators. Then simplify. Mixed numbers? Convert first, then multiply. Always check whether the answer is reasonable, and keep your units. You just built fluency with positive rational numbers. Understand it, calculate it, check it,